Hey everyone, my name is Lucas, and I'm back with another Big Brother Spoilers intro. Today's guest is none other than Paul Abrahamian from Big Brother 18 and 19, one of the most unforgettable and polarizing house guests that this game has ever seen. Paul made back-to-back final two appearances, losing both times in a razor-thin 5-4 vote, and cemented themselves as one of the biggest what-if stories in Big Brother history. It's been 8 years since Paul last played, and in that time they've stepped away from the spotlight, focusing on their life outside of reality TV, and recently made a surprise return on House of Villains. In this interview, Paul opens up about their life after Big Brother, the impact on those back-to-back heartbreaks, and what it was like being labeled as both a strategist and a villain. The conversation also touches on Big Brother 27, specifically the similarities between Paul's journey as the lone returning player in Big Brother 19 and Rachel's recent appearance as the only vet on a house full of 16 newbies. Paul also reflects on their BB journey, their casting story, regrets, friendships, controversies, and legacies, and talks about what finally drew them back to reality TV after an 8-year hiatus. This is a rare and very special conversation with one of the most talked about players in Big Brother history. Let's get into it.
Yes, I'm really excited to be talking to you. I know you don't do a lot of these, so I was happy when you said you would do this.
Yeah, I mean, I've been recently like getting hit up more for, I guess, these kinds of things because of my, coming back to the TV world. So yeah, I'm like, fucking, why not? I guess. I don't know if I'm like, what's the word? I don't know if I'm like qualified to be giving my opinions on Big Brother. Um, some people say I am. A lot of people say I'm not. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if the way that I navigated or played that game even applies to how the game is fucking designed these days. Uh, but yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me around.
Yeah, so we'll briefly touch on the current season a little bit, and then we'll get into your seasons and go over all that.
Sure. Is this live? Is it how does this
No,
work?
so we're just recording. It's just us. It's not live. I'll probably if I need to do some editing or anything, then it'll
Cool, cool,
probably go
cool,
up on
cool.
YouTube on like Wednesday.
Oh, that's cool. That's fun.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been 8 years since Big Brother 19. So how has life been for you in the last 8 years after leaving the Big Brother house?
Um, it has been definitely a wild ride for sure. Um, Obviously going on Big Brother like changed my life. But it's been good. I moved to New York probably like right after my BB 18 or 19. I pretty much like moved to Brooklyn, lived there for about the past decade. Um, Moved back to LA recently to, you know, do a little more like family stuff, a couple like TV obligations out here, different work obligations out here. But life has been cool. I've been spending a lot of time in Armenia. I've been working on like all sorts of eclectic projects and I don't know if you follow like my museum work or the historical stuff that I do or even like the oddities. So like I've just been fucking doing a bunch of shit. I don't even know where to start. But yeah, life's been good. Life's been good.
Yeah, so you did 2 shows, 2 seasons of Big Brother back to back. Was anything, challenging about transitioning back to normal life after doing Big Brother 2 summers in a row?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. It definitely fucking did something. I don't know what. I don't know who can diagnose me, but something's wrong. I'm just kidding. But it was definitely actually I'm glad I was young and like so full of fucking whatever because I feel like it helped me process the experience a lot better. Like now that I'm like more emotionally intelligent and like older and like matured, probably wouldn't have like done that back to back or maybe would have like process things differently. So I feel like my young mind kind of like helped me just like meh. Whereas if my current mind would probably like dwell on things more or like think about things more or process things more. So I obviously processed the experience over the course of the past like 8, 9 years, but like it was definitely a lot. Like when I look back and I'm like, what the fuck? Like 3 months is a long time. And then to do and like just the entire social experiment aspect of it and the it is it can't, I don't know. It's like it's really stressful. It's super stressful. And I actually was talking about this with someone the other day. It's like the stressful environments that are created in some shows and in other shows that like there aren't stressful environments, and it's seeing like the entertainment value that comes out of each, or like how those things apply. It was definitely a lot. Like back to back, and even like after Big Brother 18, like my brain didn't really have time to process anything because I was like this is the first time I've ever been on like television. So handling that influx of attention was super overwhelming. And that in and of itself was difficult to navigate through. And before I could even like understand that stuff, I just got like, boom, tossed right back into the Big Brother house. I mean, it was less than a year, or about a year, until I had to like start mentally prepping to do it again. So it's like I didn't really have much time to process my experience on Big Brother 18 before going into Big Brother 19. And like everybody loves to say like, you didn't learn, you didn't watch. Like, no, dude, I didn't do an experience where I lost $500,000 for 3 months and then get out and immediately start watching that same fucking experience that I just did. Like, no, I didn't do that. You know what I mean? So I still haven't watched any of my seasons because not for like any like, it's not like I'm like protesting it. Like I don't have the desire to. I thought it would be kind of fun to like do like a stream where I like watch my seasons for the first time ever and react. And it would probably help me understand like what the fuck people say to me regularly, because people like say this and that and I'm like, what are you talk like what? But I don't know what was like I don't know, so I can like put it together, but I don't know what the fuck everybody was watching because I haven't watched it. I lived it, but I understand that my lived experience is very different than like a perceived and watched experience. So um yeah, that's I kind of like rambled and got off topic. This is how I ramble. So you're gonna ask me a question, I'm gonna answer like 80 other questions that you didn't even ask. And unfortunately, that's just the way my fucking stupid brain works.
So being that attention you said was so overwhelming, what made you go back to play Big Brother again the next summer? What made you
Well,
do it?
because like literally, I was young and I was like, okay, fuck it, okay, why not? And like people seem to like enjoy the way I play Big Brother, at least the first time, right? And it's annoying because the first time, like all the feedback I got was, you were too nice. You should have taken James. You would have won. Like, should have been more cutthroat. Should have been like blah 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 blah. So I was like, okay, cool. Went to Big Brother 19 and went brrr, like, let's be more cutthroat. And then I got to the same fucking spot and lost again. So I was like, all right, fuck all of you, because you said be more hardcore, was more hardcore, still lost. So it's like I seem to have a problem with finding the sweet spot. And that might be indicative of like more things in my life. I am a very extreme person. I'm like 0 to 100, no medium, black and white. Just I'm like I need to find the nuance and the the sweet spots clearly, because it's either like my neurodivergency or I don't know what, but I seem to not be able to figure shit out. So,
Yeah,
going back,
go ahead.
what was it? I'm sorry.
Going off of that, so you said you haven't watched either of your seasons. So what has your fandom been like since doing the show? Have you kept up with every season? You've dropped off at points. What's been your fandom like?
I don't even know if I have a fandom. I just have like people that are dedicated to watch me be a fucking weird human being. You know what I mean? Because like I don't. What do I contribute to society other than like posting videos of dogs, cats, wild animals, and then like oddities? You know what I mean? But as far as like my 2 cents with Big Brother, maybe it's valued because like I don't know. I've got some good stats, but I'm not a fucking fan. So I don't feel like I have the, I don't know, space to say this shit. But like I do have lived experiences and I do have like pretty valid opinions, but like I just keep them to myself because I also am not watching. So like how the fuck am I gonna like give my opinion about something when I'm not watching? I can see what's going on, like Twitter, all that stuff. I like see what's going on. But yeah, I'm not watching live feeds, I'm not watching the shows, I'm not seeing the difference. I don't really care, to be honest. My my whole thing is I feel like the game has changed a lot from like what made me want to do it in the first place, right? So when I did season 18 of Big Brother and I watched like the previous seasons or whatever, or when I was a kid and I would see when I was a kid, I didn't even understand it. I just saw the competitions and I thought those were cool. I didn't really watch it, right? So um for me going on, really I was just like, oh, I would love to be like an adult playing these like wacky competitions like I would watch as a kid. Like that's so fun for me. But I also liked like the intelligence of the show. I like the social engineering. I like the fact that it's like you're in a fucking controlled environment and like I found all those psychological aspects fascinating. Um but I feel like the show has like changed both from the concept of that and also like the fan base and the contestants have a heavy part in it. Like everybody, I always see people are like, old Big Brother. I want old Big Brother. Nobody's playing this game anymore. Then you watch old Big Brother and motherfucker were like putting cigarettes out on people and like saying heinous shit. So it's like, okay, well, if you want that, or if you want at least like more of a fucking cutthroat or like I don't care, like the public perception has definitely played a heavy hand. Like I would not go back on a full season of Big Brother ever again in my life for several reasons. I would do like a little short guy for sure, but like 3 months is a fucking long ass time, and I think that should. I speak for every like I don't know. I think in general that's just way too fucking long for everybody involved. Now I'm not a producer, not a writer. I don't fucking have a place, but as a participant, like you lose morale, you lose energy, you lose like fucking mental, like cognitive, like whatever after a certain time. And I understand that's part of it is to like low key break down your psyche and like character. And people don't understand how fucked up it is actually being in there. Like, of course, from the outside looking in, you're like, bro, you're not paying rent. You're on TV. You're surrounded by like interesting people. You're living my dream. Like, how bad is it? But like, it's fucking bad. Like in the sense that you are alienated from the outside world. You have your own like paranoias and anxieties and how am I going to be perceived and what am I going to like that stress, anxiety, the bright lights, the no sunlight, like that shit absolutely impacts your fucking state of being. So what sucks is like sometimes people do some fucked up shit on there. Sometimes people say some fucked up shit on there. And like I don't know. It's hard to understand like what the like fans constantly say that they want this different kind of gameplay or different kind of outcome or different zest. But I feel like modern day players are afraid to play the game or are afraid to be like cutthroat or do something fucked up. Maybe, maybe not. Again, I don't know. I'm not watching, but from what I can just see, it seems like people play it safe because they don't want to come out and get fucking lambasted by society for playing a game that's designed to fuck you up. And let's like Big Brother is not designed to make to be like and I started seeing this over the years and I'm like, is this like a moral superiority show? Is it like who can get to the end by being like the nicest or the best? Like, no, there is different ways to do it, right? Especially when people like reference the past. Like some people were lying scumbags, some people were just horrible to people. Some people were sweet and lovely to people. Like we see that there's a spectrum of winning Big Brother and how the game can go. But the trend as it's been going is like it's harder. I think the casting criteria has become harder because yeah, public perception, this, that, and the third. Um, and then that anxiousness or that like whatever for the contestants going in, definitely I think holds them back to like just going balls to the wall. I went balls to the wall. I did not hold back. Um, can't say that that ended up good for me. Definitely got a lot of criticism. Got like diagnosed by like every fucking disorder on this planet, which is not a good thing to like see about yourself. And it's like, bro, I'm in a controlled environment playing a game that's designed for like social manipulation and like weird whatever things circumstances that I would never be in my real life. Um so for me when I was playing, I like really entered with like a make believe. Like, oh, this is all make believe and we're all consenting adults to this make believe scenario that we've all signed up for and we know is fucked up. So like it's fair game. Obviously, that's not the case for everybody. Not everybody is going in there with that mentality. Not everybody is going in there with like, oh, this is like some people really bring their feelings, their emotions, their heart, they really bring it in there, and then like real feelings get hurt or real emotions develop, or like whatever we're seeing, I guess in this season, like there's like a questionable couple or some sort of showmance is happening, but like one of them is like in a relationship outside and the optics are super weird. Um shit happens in there. That's just it is a high stress environment. So it's like we're putting people in high stress environments and then we're like judging them for the way that they behave in these high stress environments that are literally created for that purpose. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm just like being too like philosophical or rambling, but like I think that perception is also impacting the way that people play the game, is also impacting the way that people like some people are in there just to be an influencer. That's so fucking stupid and annoying because like if I was like a fan of this show, I would be fucking annoyed by the people that are just there to schmooze the camera or like be like, or be like, I'm gonna come out of here as the most morally superior person to play a game based on like backstabbing and manipulating to win $500,000. Like it doesn't add up, in my opinion. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Again, another fucking 10-minute ramble of me talking about Big Brother. But I am not equipped for these opinions. I don't watch the show. I like see it from afar, and of course, like the fans and the Twitter, I'm seeing stuff, and I'm surprised that they brought back a single vet again. I thought like they were like, let's try it with Paul, and they were like, fuck it, no, like let's never do that again. Like that was my takeaway after that. I was like, fuck, y'all guinea pigged me, and we're like, okay, and then they brought another singular vet back, and I'm like, hello. Obviously they tweaked it, right? They gave her a little less whatever. They gave her this or that. Um, maybe making it like more equal playing fields, or I don't know, whatever tweaks that they did for or didn't do for Rachel. But I was shocked that they brought back a singular player again. Like I don't know that that's good. You know what
Well,
I mean?
that was
What's up?
that was going to be my next question. Of you have that experience with Rachel that you're the one returning player. So what is it like playing as one
It's
returning player
fucking
against
hard.
16
It's
newbies?
fucking hard. And like I just tweeted that.
That's why I'm asking. Yeah.
Yeah, I just tweeted like, yo, it's not as fucking easy as y'all think to be the only returning player. And of course, like people with like who understand what I'm trying to say understood me. And then there were people like, how could you compare? And I'm like, I'm quite literally not comparing. And then it was, I saw a tweet that was real funny. It was like, you're the last person that should be speaking about this. I'm like, I'm actually the only fucking person that should be speaking about this, considering I'm the only other one who has done that. So what do you mean I'm the last person to be talking about it? I'm fucking telling you from my experience that it is not easy to be the only returning vet in the house. And like even I know it's bullshit because like she got out on a competition, right? Or like she wasn't voted out. She just got out on a competition. But like if that's the way they chose to design the game, that's like that's the game. That like you have to win shit, and like it sucks and that's fucked, but like there were definitely a lot of scenarios in even the seasons that I was in that I was like, that's a little annoying, or like that's a little unfair, or that's a little fucked up, or like I got out Cody and there was like immediately a battle back and he was like obviously the one who was gonna win it, and it's like, okay, bro, you know what I mean? Like there's things like that that happen all the time where you're like, fuck. And I don't know, I know Big Brother is pretty good at like they expect the unexpected. So I would not be surprised if Rachel just comes back, or there is a twist, or like she wasn't even eligible all along and she's just been what. I'm sure there is something on the other side of this. For sure. I mean, maybe not for sure. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit, but like they're not dumb. They're not dumb. They're not like they're aware of like whatever. But then it's like the integrity of it. Then it's like, okay, if she does just come back, it's like you're like, okay, like that's does that not seem a little too like on the nose or obvious? I don't I don't know. It sucks the way that she got out. But like another point of what I was trying to say is like being the only vet is stressful. Like people were like, "Oh, well, you locked in and won competitions." Yeah, because I fucking had to. Like I had to. If I didn't, I was cooked. So that added stress of like, fuck, I don't really like. Sure, there are people that were like my allies or whatever. People say like, oh, people were like tailing you around, this, that, and the third. But you have to understand, I don't know that. Like you're watching that, you're watching their like undevoted whatever to me. I don't know that. Like, I don't know that they're not lying to me. I don't know that they're full of shit. Like, when you're in there, you're like paranoid Android 24/7. I'm like, I don't trust any of y'all is because I'm like the oddball out, right? So it changes your perception as a player because you're not on an equal playing field. That goes without saying. And like, like a lot of people also misunderstood my tweet when I was like, it's not as advantageous as you guys think. Like, yeah, I have the experience of being on the show before. I have the experience of like knowing how some of these competitions work, or maybe knowing like this, that, and the third. No doubt that is an advantage of some sort. But there is also a lot of disadvantages that people don't quite consider or think about. And it's like, for somebody like Rachel Riley, who has such a big history and like name on the show, do you not think like the anxieties and pressures and stresses of like that and like how she's gonna what like that all plays in, as opposed to somebody who's not really done it before and is trying it for the first time? It's like there's two different things going on. So it's you can't compare them. And I know it's silly dying on this hill of saying like, yo, being the only returning vet is not an advantage, really. Of course, that sounds silly, but like if you really fucking break it down and think about it, like being the oddball out in any circumstance is not good. Like you are immediately alienated because you have been here before and people have not. So like that automatically alienates you from a group setting. Period. Whether those people like you, whether those people don't like you, whether those people are looking to you for advice, you are still alienated. You are still different than the rest. And that in and of itself, in a social setting, in a controlled environment, has its disadvantages. Or, people being like, fuck this person. Like they've played before, they've had their chance, they've won. Like that is a carried on mentality throughout the thing. I don't care who you are. At the back of your mind, it's like, well, they've done this before and I haven't. So like, I don't want to. I don't want to see them win, or I don't want them to get to the end. I'm surprised Rachel made it that far after my season existed. I was like, hello? Hello? Like, I'm surprised I made it that far after my own season on Big Brother 18. It's like, brother, if a fucking person has made it far or is a great player or whatever, and you let them slide past a certain point, like, you guys are fucking up, you know?
Well, I was gonna say to be fair, the two times this happened, you were never nominated. You made it to the final two, and Rachel's never nominated. So some people that maybe that's why they're saying it's maybe easier.
See, it's easy to just be like, oh, it's easier, as opposed to crediting somebody's like gameplay. Like, it's not easy. Rachel's a good player. I was a good player. And it's like people always try to discredit it. Oh, like you had dumb people on your cast. Well, that's fucking mean. That's mean to like say about literally an entire group of people, to say that they're dumb, or this one was this, or this cast is smarter. Like you can't like put those things, you can't really like measure these things, right? Um I don't know, man. It's and like I don't want to get all conspiracy, but
Let's
when
hear
a
it.
pl- when a player comes back, or it's like a pivotal part of the show, like obviously they're gonna want that player to get airtime, to get to be entertaining, to be whatever. So it's like, even with my pendant of protection and shit like that, it's like, okay, they don't want just like you to leave immediately. Like they want the help of the returning player to like get the gears going, to get the season started a little faster. That's obviously why they bring back returning players, because sometimes a new cast is kind of just like maybe a little passive, maybe a little like nervous. So like having these like returning players, I feel like really kind of like gets the ball going, which shouldn't have to be necessary if they're casting people that are like aware of what the show is, fans of the show, really want to be there, really want to play. But it seems like that's not always the case. You know what I mean? And like people get nervous. Like it is fucking extremely nerve wracking, extremely anxiety inducing. There's a million things going on in your head. And the added public perception, the added like just like scrutiny over like things people say. And it's like, I understand people, need to be polite, or people need to whatever, but like when you're recording somebody 24/7 in like a stressful environment, and then you like lambast them for like a slip up, or maybe a misjudging character, or what, even I don't know, it's like people are then afraid to show up at all, or like because they're like, well, I don't what I'm saying, like. And I'm not obviously talking about like the extremely fucked up horrible things that people have said or done, or like the absolutely no nos. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking even about minor things, or like intention things where people like misunderstand people's intentions, or just really like reach for certain narratives. That's like, dude, if no, if like another thing is, it's like a lot of times people, even on my season, were like, oh, you were trying to do this, or you were trying to do that. And it is literally untrue. And you can ask the fucking cast members. Like, it's not like you're just asking me. It's like I was in a house with 15 other people for months, and nobody had that perception. Like nobody is thinking these things that you guys are like projecting outward. It's like, don't you think like the people that are living in close quarters, that are feeling the energy, that understand the tension, that understand the dynamics, if like you know what I mean? Like they would also know or be aware. Like in this season, like people are like, oh, that relationship is getting a little too like questionable. And it seems like people in the house are even saying that. So it's like it lines up. But there's things that I've seen or heard, or like um I don't want to get into it too much in my season, but even like certain things on my season where I'm like, bro, that's not how it was at all. And it's like, and if it was that way, don't you think any of the other 15 people would have like said something, would have had a reaction, would have been like, oh my God, this is crazy? Like, you can't just say, oh, everybody's dumb and daft. No, we're in it. Like, it's like a different, of course, it's different watching it, right? Watching it as a third party perspective from a zoomed out view. And it's different, like being in it and actually like feeling the conviction, feeling the energy, the passive aggressive. Not all of that shit translates via camera and audio. And of course, the feeds are not on 24/7. They're just not. There's even morning times where like people are putting their mic on, and it's like little brief interactions. You don't know like the full scope of shit. You know some of it, but again, it's like even if there's like a group think, or like a group energy towards one person or whatever, it's like, how are you invalidating like multiple people's experiences or feelings just because you are perceiving it differently, So that's, I honestly, I don't know. I think without the live feeds, you would probably get better Big Brother. I think so. But I understand that that is an important and interesting part of the show for the viewers. But I think for the contestants, like if they weren't like maybe anxious about that, and they could kind of just be a little more, I don't know what, I think that they would probably, like if they were a little less maybe like monitored, maybe you would get better gameplay, or more like rambunctious gameplay, or more I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is, but I hope you're following what I'm saying. And this is again just my opinion. I don't know if that is the same, but just based on like the people I've talked to, and like the experiences people have had after, and just my like I'm cool with a lot of alumni. I talk to a lot of people after the show, especially ones that like seem to either be struggling or like need some guidance or like like every season people will either reach out to me or I'll reach out to someone and be like, "Hey, if you ever need to talk about anything or like if you need some help just navigating through all this, it's crazy." And I've made some great friends. Past cast members are great friends of mine. I'm just not as like involved in like I'm not streaming and whatevering because like I honestly think it would be a little weird for me to just come here and give my opinions about a show that I don't really watch. But my opinions about my experience for sure I would I give those, but I feel like I don't know, I feel like how many people give a shit. I don't know.
There's gonna be a lot of people watching this. People will care about your opinion, Paul.
um I don't know, like I think I like said it even to like production or something where I was like, yeah, don't ever call me back unless I'm playing against like real like bring me the Dan Gieslings, bring me the fucking Dr. Wills, bring me the bring me those guys. Bring me Brittany, bring me Janelle. Like those are the people I want to play against. Don't ever put me on another season of Big Brother with like because I've already done that twice, kind of. I played with some vets that I don't know if they were all stars. I guess you could say like Nicole has like won a bunch of times, so she's certainly an all-star at this point, right? Um, but I want to play with like the fucking people like the where my stats kind of line up with where like or people are like having discourse if I'm better than like this person or I made it to the end twice just like this person. Like I want to go toe to toe with these kinds of characters, not just another like run of the mill season of Big Brother. And I don't even know if that'll ever happen. Maybe. I think it could be cool, but I don't know if that will ever happen. Um cuz like I did every other way and I did it to the best of my capabilities. Like and it's so funny when people say like I'm a shitty player. It's like I lost by one vote two times in a row. Like you have to like fucking really hate me to like think that I suck at Big Brother. Like, I understand if you don't like me as a person or if you think I'm fucking whatever this time the third. Cool, valid, sure. I am not everybody's fucking cup of tea, and I understand that. But to say that I suck at Big Brother is fucking crazy. Like that is definitely a take. And I'm not even trying to be cocky. I don't walk around and I'm like, I'm such a good Big Brother player. Like I'm quite literally just speaking from the way things turned out, or like even after the fact, like I've made friends with people who didn't vote for me and they're like, fuck, man, like I really wish I voted for you. Like I was really like in my, you know what I mean? And like, it's no hard feelings because I didn't expect to win ever. I didn't like, like I wouldn't sit there and be like, oh my God, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I would never think that. I would just like take 1 week at a time, which would anybody who's listening and like wants to go on Big Brother, take my advice, take 1 week at a time because you don't know. You're going to be stressing out. Like Rachel did not expect a fucking, I don't know, what happened, a competition where she just lost and now she's out. Like I'm sure she had been planning or mapping strategies and like a waste of time because you don't know what the fuck is going to happen next week. And this actually parlays into a big thing that I see people say to me all the time where they're like, you didn't own your game or your goodbye messages you weren't coming clean. There is a reason why I wasn't doing that because I knew that there is potential of people coming back, people battling back. Maybe there's a twist. Maybe there's a whatever. Like, I don't want to be like, yep, I was orchestrating all this shit, ba, 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 ba. And then 2 weeks later, they come back in and just tell everybody else and forget it. My game is done. Like, so I had to uphold like my fucking schemery and bullshit because you never know what's going to happen on Big Brother. You don't know that next week there isn't a twist where like people come back even for a day just to. So it's like if I'm coming clean in these goodbye messages, I had the fear that like, okay, well, if I tell them really what the fuck I was doing, like, what if they come back, or what if there's a battle back, or what if in the jury house they all talk about it, and then one of them comes back and just then like my game is done. Like I'm getting immediately targeted by everybody at that point. So that's why I wasn't coming clean in the fucking goodbye messages because I wasn't sure, and I could have done a better job, I guess, on my final speech or whatever, I guess. But at that point, it was too late. Like there was a fucking hate party. At least on the second season, it was like a we don't want Paul to win type of energy, I guess, or so I heard on the fucking in the jury house. It was like that was like the main whatever. So it's like I could control whatever I could control in the Big Brother game. I did, and I got to the point. I could control getting myself to the end of the game. I cannot control how people vote. I cannot control how people feel. Of course, I could have gone I could have done better about like catering to their emotions and like how they would feel and whatever. But like I didn't, and I wasn't really thinking of that because that's not it. This is my flaw. Is like I'm not that way. So I'm assuming that everybody else is like, oh well, maybe everybody else thinks that way too. It's like if I somebody really got me out in Big Brother, no matter how much I hated them, like if they like just played a better game in the end, like I'm gonna vote for them because that would make me look fucking not good. If like I intentionally didn't vote for someone who was like obviously playing better, like that would be like dishonest or like kind of like in your feelings. And like I had no feelings about Big Brother. Like even when we came out, even people that I was not a fan of in the house, I immediately was like, hey man, like there's no actual hard feelings here. Like I don't give a shit what you about, you know what I mean? Like in this controlled environment where we have to win $500,000, like life-changing money, and you guys are all strangers. I'm sorry, I did not care. But like on the outside, like, bro, I have no beef with any, I have no bad blood, but sometimes in that house, um, even just your behavior in there could be enough to like upset people on the outside world, and that's valid. I'm not that way, obviously, unless you did some heinous shit. But I don't know, you know.
So how
Again,
did you end?
I told you, I'm just gonna fucking ramble. You like asked me, you literally asked me two questions and spent like 40 minutes. I'm just yammering.
We'll have to do a part two another because I have a lot of questions I wanted to get to, but we can
Just
start going through a
yeah,
few of
spit
them.
them off. Yeah, I'll shut the fuck up. Like just
So how did you end up on Big Brother in the first place? What was your casting story?
I got kind of like so I used to be in like a band and this, that, and the third, and I would have like these little fucking business cards, right? Or whatever, growing up in LA and Hollywood and shit. I'd have like just these little business cards with like my band name on it, my clothing company name on it, my Instagram, just to like, you meet someone at a bar. And I'm assuming that that's how I must have given it to a casting director without knowing they're a fucking casting director or like whatever. Um, and they probably just found me interesting. And they sent me an email that I thought was spam or I thought was like bullshit. Um, but it turned out to be real. So yeah, I just got a fucking email one day and I was like, oh, hello, what is this? But I genuinely thought it was like fake. I almost deleted it and like didn't answer because I was like, oh, they're trying to like steal my social security number or something. But I saw the CBS like emblem at the bottom. I was like, wait, that looks kind of legit. I was like, it's not like blurred or like eight JPEG, like 8-bit fucking squares. I was like, wait, that looks crispy. That's that looks like a crispy fucking logo. Um,
So before the first time they contacted you, did you know what Big Brother was?
yeah, but I didn't like again, I've seen stuff like growing up, just like competitions and blah blah blah, but I never like followed along. I just saw like silly competitions and I thought it was fun. But no, I didn't know like the actual like aspect of the game. I had never watched a full season of Big Brother.
And so do you have any like specific regrets on any gameplay moves or anything from either season?
No. And because like dude, wholeheartedly in those moments like made the decisions that I thought would be best for my game. And sure, I guess I could have done I don't think I could have done anything differently. It's just it is what it is. I don't know. I don't think about shit like that because like I can't even imagine what I would have done differently. Because if I did it differently, maybe I wouldn't have made it to the end. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I did what I had to do to get to the end. Did I do what I had to do to win the game? Obviously not. But I got really fucking close, and that to me is fine. Um, and I swear to God, fans are more upset about me losing than I am, and I genuinely mean it. And no, this isn't some cope. If you met me after Big Brother 18, after Big Brother 19, I know there's fans out there that have. You'll know, and you maybe can vouch for me that my demeanor has been the fucking same the whole time. It's like it's not a cope, it's not a whatever. It's just like that winning was never guaranteed to me, and that's how I like live my life. Like things are not guaranteed to me. I just do them, and I try to the best I can approach every situation with no expectations because you can't be let down if you have no expectations. Of course, the closer I got to winning, I was more like fuck, I might win this shit. But I would never like sat there and really like saturated myself in this idea that like, oh, I'm gonna win. I deserve to win. I'm the winner. Like, so I don't think I would do anything differently. And I was also super young. I was like 22, 23 years old. I don't like, yeah, I probably play the game a lot differently now that I'm 32 years old. And like, I have like, I understand maybe some things are unnecessary, or like maybe I was like OD on certain things, or like I played too aggressively. But again, it's because from Big Brother 18, all the feedback I heard was like, he was too soft, or he was too nice, or he didn't fucking take like you chose your feelings over whatever, and then that's why you lost. You got to be more cutthroat. You should have been cutthroat. You should have been cutthroat. So I was like, okay. And then I went to Big Brother 19, and I was like, what's up, bitches? I remember, um, like in sequester, I was watching like American Psycho, fucking like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was just like, all right, let's run it. Let's watch the most neurotic fucking films to get me prepared for this bullshit. Um, but yeah, I don't have any regrets other than like if I genuinely like hurt somebody's feelings or upset anybody, which I've talked to everybody. I don't think that that is real, but like, yeah, of course I never want to like hurt somebody or like actually like upset somebody or whatever. But yeah, I've pretty much talked to almost everybody from both my seasons and still keep in touch with almost everybody from my seasons. And it's like so fine, you know?
So what about like bringing Nicole to the end? Do you think you would have won if it was you and James?
I honestly don't think I would have won at all. And people like love to fight me on this and love to be like, you totally would have won. I don't think I would have won. And I say this because like Natalie and James were tight, right? James was on the season with Dave on. James knew Nicole. James knew like Frank, like they had like I don't know, he never really like he was like I guess annoying to some people, but like he never really like rocked the boat too much. And I just didn't I genuinely did not think that I had the numbers to beat James. And I know I was saying it to Nicole like, oh, I'm gonna take you anyway, but like if I thought that I would beat James over Nicole, of course I would have taken James at the end of the day. Like um but I genuinely did not think that I would beat James. Like I sincerely did not think that. I thought I had more of a chance beating Nicole because people did not like her. There were people that were vocal about not liking Nicole. Natalie, Michelle, um, who else? I
Bridget didn't
fucking
like Nicole.
Bridget. Yeah, yeah. There was like more, and like those three girls were kind of like together. So in my head, it's like those three are gonna vote kind of similarly, right? So I took Nicole because I knew like those three, if I took James, would vote for James. Michelle didn't like me more than James, I don't think. You know what I mean? But she definitely liked me more than Nicole. So that was kind of like my mentality. I was like, okay, these girls like low key hate Nicole. And they don't like, yeah, maybe I did more than James, but like they probably have more of a negative opinion about me. I also like beefed with Big Meech towards the end there, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, they probably dislike me more than James, and they're close with Natalie, and Natalie is close with James. I'm like, that's three votes, maybe, and a Dave on where she like did a season with him. Like, I'm cooked. I am fucking cooked. So, and at that point, it's like, okay, well, if I don't take Nicole, maybe she'd get like upset and not vote for me. Boom, it's a wrap. Right there is five fucking votes. Right. And Corey is gonna vote where Nicole wants, and Paulie knew James from it. So it's like in my head, I was like, fuck, like that's kind of how it was for me. Like I genuinely felt like people disliked James less than they disliked me, even though he didn't like. And yeah, maybe that's not the case, but I didn't fucking know that. That was my perception. That was all that I could see. And I made a decision based off all I can see. And people want to like tell me, oh, well, you should have done this, that, and the third with a fucking third point of view, Hawkeye view that I did not have. So how the fuck would I know to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, yeah. To answer your question from fucking 35 minutes ago, no, I wouldn't have done it different.
So did you look at your position as when you won that final HOH, that when you didn't think you would win, were you basically picking the winner, you think?
What do you mean?
Because you said you didn't think you'd beat Nicole or James. So did you think, oh, I'm basically bringing the one to the end that I want to win more?
No, I did think I would beat Nicole.
Okay.
No, I thought I would beat Nicole. I sincerely thought that I would beat her because I just thought that I did more. But at the same time, she had her own game. She was doing stuff behind the scenes that I wasn't aware of. She was playing from the beginning that I wasn't aware of. So of course I didn't know how much she was actually doing in season 18. Because for me, it looked like she was just like hanging out with Corey in all day, like on like fucking hammocks and shit. Like that's what it looked like to me. So I'm like, girl, I definitely did more, but obviously not. So that was my perception. And yeah, no, I sincerely thought I was beating Nicole over James. Like that was like a genuine thought that I had. And
And then what about
this isn't me rewriting my history or like I'm being, I don't fucking care. Like I'm so dead ass. I'm so honest about my experience on Big Brother, and like I'm not even invested in it. So if people don't believe me, like, okay. I'm not gonna fucking lose sleep thinking that y'all don't like. I have no reason to fucking not be honest about my experience.
And then what about on season 19? Did you throw the final HOH, and who would you evicted if you won that?
Did I throw the final HOH? I I remember I didn't want to win that last HOH because I didn't want to have to choose between Josh and Christmas. I felt that if I had to make a choice, it would definitely hurt one of their feelings. And that kind of happened because Christmas did vote for me. Um, but I wouldn't have the heart to cut any of them out. I didn't want to do that. And I needed as many votes as possible. So I had already locked in a deal with Josh where we like swore on our fucking like families, and we're both like immigrant children that like take that shit really seriously, and we like shook on it. So I was like, okay, I know for a fact I'm going to the end. So why would I rock the boat? Why would I lose another potential vote that I definitely need? And me and Christmas were super. I mean, me, Christmas, and Josh were super fucking cool with one another. So, and of course, like I know that she wouldn't have taken it personally, or Josh, but like, yeah, if I shook hands with Josh and I just cut him out, that would be he'd be like, what the fuck? Or if I like just cut out Christmas after like her whole journey with her fucking broken leg, and she wanted this like arc of like, bro, I with a broken leg, I made it to the end, and you're gonna cut me out. Like, I just didn't think that that would be a good move for me. Um, and honestly, I feel like if I did win it and I cut them out, I would have lost anyway.
And do you remember back in season 18 when you had the round trip ticket? Do you think that's what got you back into the Big Brother house in season 19, the round trip ticket?
That's so funny. That's really funny. Um, Fucking maybe. That shit was fun though. That little Paris thing. I remember I figured that shit out and got into the phone booth. That gave me like crazy serotonin adrenaline boost. I'm really good at like puzzles and shit like that, so I was really excited about that little riddle. Um, but yeah, maybe that was my fucking round trip because I never got to cash that. I never got evicted. I never got put on the block. But um, no, I did get put on the block. What the fuck am I saying? I got put on the block aggressively on that season, like 9 times.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was crazy. Oh shit, I think my AirPods are done. Or is it
You there?
horrible now? Yeah, can you hear me?
It sounds like you're underwater now.
Oh no. Hold on one second. Um Wait, let me see. Is it like so bad?
It's pretty bad.
Okay.
Let me charge this for like 2 seconds. Can we take like a 2-minute break? Is that okay?
Yeah, I'll pause the recording. Yeah. So I interviewed Michelle the other day actually, and one question I asked Michelle was did she know whatever happened to Pablo the Pelican? And she wasn't sure. She said she thought you got it back. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I still have it.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I
You got
still
it
have
back from
it.
the audience, or?
Yeah, production. I think production like took it from the audience. Um, and yeah, they gave it back to me. I have a bunch of that stuff. I don't know what to do with it. Maybe I'll like auction it off and like donate to some thing. I don't know. But I have Pablo. I have all of it. I have all that stuff.
What was your favorite part of doing the whole Big Brother experience twice? What was your favorite part?
Um, Honestly, my favorite part was just like kind of like this land of make believe and the competitions and like the silliness of it all. And honestly, the experience of like losing your phone for 3 months and being locked away from society. Like I feel like the only other time that you can really experience that is like jail. So it's bad. I was always like interested in that, like, okay, what would happen if I was, like locked away and like how would I whatever, how would I fare? So it was definitely an interesting experience. I really loved like I think there's nothing really quite like it out there. And it was just really cool to be part of such a weird, small pool of people that have experienced this fucking bizarre social fuckery and game. Um, and yeah, it was really fun and definitely life changing. Definitely, let me say life altering. And I don't mean that necessarily as only positive. There's a lot of positives, but there was definitely a lot of like things that changed that you don't really nothing can really prepare you for, right? I don't care who you are. Nothing can prepare you for some of the changes that come after such an experience. So, um, I take all experiences in life kind of like this way, and I try to see the good, the lesson, the understanding, how it shaped or changed me. It definitely shaped and changed me. It taught me a lot of things that maybe I would have never learned or learned way later in life had I not experienced um, Big Brother. And it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me a lot about people, society, how society treats people that are just like on TV or in the public eye, like the difference in treatment. It's really bizarre. I think anybody who has met me in life can like speak for how like regular I am or like how I like I don't know, I'm just a fucking dude, you know? And I don't know. I don't know. I'm like rambling now again. Sorry.
Did you enjoy one season more than the other?
Um
It ended
I
the same
th-
exact result, so.
I think I like Big Brother 19 better because not because I was like fucking dominating, but because um I was a little more prepared for everything, right? So on Big Brother 18, I wasn't sure about the what was life gonna be like after what like so my experience on Big Brother 18 kind of like took a lot of like anxiety and like stress away because like I knew what to expect after the show. I knew what I was gonna feel, what I was gonna like. I knew the full fucking what's the word I'm looking for? The full scope of what was going on. Whereas in season 18, I was like so stressed out and so anxious and so confused and so worried and like what's happening? How are what this? Do people hate me? I thought people hated me on Big Brother 18. Um, I literally came out to thinking like I would have no fans on Big Brother 18, which was like I guess I was more popular on Big Brother 18 than 19. So the whole time I was thinking everybody hates me. And that's like not good for your mental health, right? And then I came out and it was the complete opposite, which is also not good for your mental health because I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why didn't y'all send me a fucking package? God damn it. Like, I needed that shit. I was fucking stressed out. Y'all couldn't even send me one package. God damn it. So I thought people hated me and Victor, and I was like, okay, bet, cool, fuck them. And yeah, Big Brother 19, like I also wasn't expecting what came after. I was just trying really hard to win the game. That's what I was brought back for, and I just played the game really hard, not for any reason other than trying to win, and the feedback that I got from my first season. Obviously, it didn't like. I mean, it got me to the end, um, so you can't knock that. And but yeah, I didn't win, so I obviously didn't figure the fucking formula out.
Yeah,
Not
and
in my
in
good.
both seasons, in both seasons, you were really good at the competitions. Was the competitions just natural skills that you had, or did you practice some stuff before going in?
I've always loved going to the carnival and arcades. Like as a kid, I was a huge carnival fan, circus fan. I'd always like my parents would always take me. I loved those like carnival circus games. Um, it's probably because of like again like neurodivergence as well. I like obsess over these little puzzles and games, and I'm just like autistically sitting there spending all my time. Like I will hyperfixate on like a little puzzle or riddle for an entire fucking day and not do anything else. Um, so it was kind of just natural in the sense that I've just enjoyed things like that. Even like makeshift, like at home, like I would try to like. I remember as a kid, I would I'd go to like these Armenian weddings or Armenian events, and they'd always have like bread and whatever at the table, and I'd always like pick the yeast and like turn it into a little like yeast ball and try to like make it into people's glasses that were sitting on the table, like adults' glasses. Super like Dennis the Menace shit. I was a little fucking shithead, obviously, but I like always like partook in like little things like that, or even in class, I would like make stuff and try. I don't know. It was always weird, I guess. So I loved the competitions, and that's what drew me to the show in the first place. Right? I told you, like ever since I was a kid, I would watch those things and I'd be like, damn, like Hiddens of the Lost Temple or whatever the fuck, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Nickelodeon, the slime. Like I just really like that shit. I'm a little kid still. I'm a little kid on the inside. My child self is very much intact. So these are the things why I do these things. Like I just finished filming for House of Villains a couple months ago, and I had the fucking time of my life.
Yeah,
He's
we'll
like
get into that a little bit later.
literally the time of my life. Um, sorry, I'm just gonna stand up for 1 second. You said you can like edit stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna grab a lighter, but I don't know where the fuck my lighter is. God damn it! Would you rather I'd like not smoke on camera? Is that like bad?
If you want to do it, I'm not going to stop you.
Okay, cool.
So do you have a hard out time, or you're good?
It's 1 o'clock. I'm all right. I'm okay.
Okay.
We could chat. You have me, so
Okay.
fucking go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feel free to condense my rambling. I say this to all people, but I don't know. Like I just speak from the fucking. I let it out. I'm not thinking. It's just like off the top. You know.
Yeah, so I told you I'd talk to Paul this morning. So I said to Paul, I'm like, if you have one question for Paul, what is it? So Paul's question was, how do you think that season 18 goes if you did not turn on him?
That I think he would have just turned on me eventually. I think he was
He
gearing
said
up
he
for
would have
it.
rode to the end with you.
No, he wouldn't. Paulie, you're so full of shit, bro. Paulie had like a bunch of alliance. Paulie was set up real smooth. Paulie was set up real smooth. He had like the vets. He had like the noobs on his side. Like he had a great middle game, but it just got exposed. So I don't think he would have rode out to the end with me. I think I would have been clipped shortly, like soon after, because the whole Victor and Jose like getting out. Had I not flipped the script on Paulie in that season, I was in that week. I was next. I was quite literally next, and because I was so not in with the vets, so I don't think he would have like saved me in the eyes of the vets that he was cool with. I don't think he would have like tried to help me. I think he would have been like, "Yeah, fuck this dude, get him out," you know.
Well, he had said after you guys voted out Zakiya that he still wanted to get on the same page with you, even though he was betrayed. But you guys said, "Oh no, that's not going to work."
Honestly, I don't even fucking remember, but like probably we were probably, and he was a fucking comp beast, bro. He was crazy. He's a competition beast. He's great. Had a great social game. So like at that point, he was like an honest threat in the sense that He was good. He had a better positioning than me, and he was certainly like playing the game well. So yeah, I don't think the showman's helped him out at all, but I don't think showmance has helped anyone out at all. I've from the day but said showmances are bad. Nobody get into a showmance. Don't do it. Like don't even succumb to those things because it's not going to help you. It's like a temporary comfort because you have somebody to like comfort you through the discomfort of the experience. But it does not help your game at all. I don't think.
Weren't you interested in Bronte at first? Was that ever a thing?
No. Bronte,
That was never
I
a
mean,
thing?
I love Bronte. Bronte is a sweetheart, but neither of my seasons did I have any interest in. Like, I wasn't there for that reason. I didn't like I didn't really. First of all, I'm not comfortable with being vulnerable that way on camera. Like, I'm not vulnerable. I don't think I can be vulnerable like that or show any like romantic whatever while being filmed. It just feels really weird to me. Um, so I don't think I could do it. Like,
You'd
I'm just
mentioned
too shy in that way to like be vulnerable like that. I don't know.
you'd mentioned earlier how you thought you would beat Nicole in the jury votes on 18. Was there specific jury votes that surprised you that you thought you'd get that you didn't?
I thought Paulie might have voted for me, or maybe Zakia. Like, it's obvious that they could have gone both ways. I was like, either they're gonna vote together or it's gonna be like a 1-1, so they keep it fair. But yeah, that didn't happen. I thought maybe Paulie would have. I thought I don't even remember who fucking voted for me and who didn't. Like, who voted for me? Do you know this information?
The Nicole votes were Corey, Paulie, Zakia, Natalie, and Devon.
I thought Davon would have voted for me
Yeah.
because I think she said that to me. If I'm remembering correctly, she told me she wants me to win. Like before she left or whatever, she like vocalized a sentiment that way that she wanted me to win. So I like was counting on Davon's vote, but I guess speeches or whatever her reasoning, she changed her mind and that's fine. But I remember thinking that I had Davon's vote. Um, and like also maybe Natalie's because she wasn't very fond of Nicole, if I remember correctly. Like her, Bridget, and Michelle were not fond of Nicole. Like they were pretty like vocal about that. So I think that I thought that those three, I would have those three's votes, definitely Victor's vote, and maybe Paulie, Zakia, Davon. I thought I had at least 5 or 6, if not 6, 5, you know? But yeah, it didn't pan out that way.
And then what about in 19? How did you think the jury votes were going to go against Josh?
I thought I was going to win 19 as well because Josh definitely pissed off a lot of people. Like that's the whole point of me wanting to go to the end with him was I was like, bro, this guy like has caused a ruckus from the jump. And like he was very chaotic and like the pots and pans and like this and that and being loud and throwing hot sauce in Mark's face or like ketchup. Like I was like, bro, and like just seeing like obviously the machismo shit coming in there and disrespecting somebody and pouring fucking sauce and heating like I felt like that machismoism like there's no way that they would vote for him because throughout the season as well they would constantly say shit like I don't respect Josh, I don't whatever Josh, I don't like that was like something that was being vocalized regularly. So I was like, okay, if I have I don't know, and I don't remember. Like, I think Josh. I don't know how many competitions he won. I don't remember, but I just remember that like my stats were better than his in the like when we're like. My problem is not catering to like the emotional aspect of things. Like I thought, just like okay, if I check off all these boxes, I want all these things, I did all this, blah blah blah. Like, and I'm here at the end. Like what So like, I obviously am not paying attention to like an aspect of the game that maybe didn't exist before but exists now. And like how people feel about you and all that stuff, or how you made them feel, or if they felt like that is just, or maybe it's not the way that it is now, but it's definitely like sometimes you have a cast that might be more emotional or emotionally impacted by things than another cast where they don't really, they don't feel that way, you know? And my mistake is like assuming that maybe people would respond to a situation or a circumstance the same way that I would, where like I don't care, whatever, like if we're voting for like the best player or whoever, whatever, like I'm gonna just do that, you know, no matter if I dislike them, no matter if they like beat me. Like that's the point, you beat me. So um I guess that's where my mindset was at then.
And did losing 5-4 in 2 straight seasons back to back, did it affect you mentally at all? And how long did it take to process both of these losses?
Honestly, it did not affect me mentally. Losing did not affect me. Because I'm sincere when I say that I did not go into it with the expectation of winning. I did not even think I would get that far on season 19. I thought like, okay, I'm clipped. Dude, I'll make it like a couple of weeks and then I'm out. And independent of protection, right, obviously helped. Obviously. And it's like, okay, Big Brother brought me back and like invested in bringing me back and curating a season around it. Obviously, they want to see that person fucking staying there for a bit. And again, not to get all conspiracy theory, but I just want to reiterate that this is a produced television show. It is a long time, high rating, multi-million-dollar show. And as up to chances as it may be, I do not think that they are putting a 20 plus year successfully running TV show. I don't think they're just putting that in the hands of 16 strangers. And like, let's just be real about the fact that you're watching a multi-million-dollar, very high rating TV show. And casting can't be that they are 16 regular people, right? Sure, they have maybe um cool personalities, or they're a little extroverted, or whatever, or problematic or not. They're still not leaving that up to chance. There is production involved, and it is their show. They make the rules, they make the twists, they choose which competitions are played. And people don't see that, or don't understand that, or realize that. But like, guys, it's a television show. They're going to do what needs to be done to create the best television. Whether that aligns with what people think should happen or not, it's like, that's not the case. They're not just leaving it up to chance of 16 strangers to carry their business. It's a business, it's a television show, and it has a reputation, a family. Like it's a fucking giant machine. So again, they choose the twists, they choose the comps, they choose the rules, they make the rules, they play the fucking. It is a television show. Okay, that's all I have to say. I don't want to like get into the oh they did this, that, and the third. No, but it's not just random. It is calculated, beyond calculated, and that's just, anybody who says otherwise is just being maybe a little like not realistic about how television works, or how reality television works, right? Um, so yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Like, and then it always sucks when like people like, I mean, maybe there's a bias here, but like I got blamed for a lot of shit that like was not my fault. Like they're like, "Oh, you were the fucking only vet and blah 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 and this and that," and I'm like, I had no idea that that was gonna happen. They didn't tell me that I was the only vet. It seems like they told Rachel that she would be the only one returning. They did not tell me that I'd be the only one returning, or maybe I don't remember if they did. But I remember when I got in there, I was like expecting others. I was like waiting. I was like, okay, okay. And then nobody else came, and I was like, oh, fuck. Like I remember having that feeling. So I don't think that they told me or maybe it was just like my own paranoia and anxiety. Like, no, there's no way I'm the only one. That's weird. Why would they do that to me? Like, that's fucked. Um, so I like on the first 2 episodes, I was really like, okay, someone's gonna get out and then another vet is gonna come in because like how like again to me it seems like a disadvantage. Like you're the oddball out. You're the guy. You almost won last season and now you're here. How the fuck would that be good? Like, or maybe I just assumed that people were a little like more savvy than because like if you watch me on Big Brother 18, the first thing I said was, let's get these fucking vets out of here immediately. Like, that is immediately the plan. Get them all out, and then we could just play for ourselves. Obviously, that's not how it happened. Even though we had a big group that had that mentality and had that group mentality, that didn't happen at all. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, I was like, bro, if I were them, I'd be like, get this fucking guy out of here immediately. So I was like playing the game, thinking from their perspective, because I was just in that perspective the year before. And I was doing everything that I could to stay in there. Like,
So
I was winning
did,
competitions because I thought if I didn't, I was fucking out. Like,
so
I
did it
had to do
benefit
it.
you? Did it benefit you in 19 where a lot of the people that were aligned with you, were they fans of you from the previous season?
Some were, but it also didn't benefit me that like some weren't. Like Cody was very openly like, I hate this guy. Like I hated him last year and I hate him now. And like, people like I've seen some of those tweets where people were like, "Oh, but you had like fans of yours on that season. That helps you." And it's like, yeah, but I also had somebody who was aggressively against me and like a good competitor and like very like opinionated and aggressive in their gameplay that was like gunning for me immediately. So it's like I don't that counteracts that as well. Sure. And it's like not everybody was a fan of me. Sure, some were, but in the same way that some people are a fan of Rachel's, I don't know if anybody in there was like, I didn't watch, I haven't watched, so you guys know better, but like, I don't know if anybody in there was like, I hate Rachel. Like, we got to get her out. I hate this person, or I don't like this person, or whatever. Like, I remember Cody being very openly saying shit like that and like very being like gung ho about let's get this dude out. So it's like I instantly had a like sworn enemy right off the bat, and I didn't give him a fucking bracelet, but I didn't know he hated me. You know what I mean? Had I known he hated me, I probably would have given him a fucking bracelet just to like edge that whatever. But yeah, that certainly did not help. Um, so yeah, and as far as like fans, like people like to say like, oh, Raven came to a meet and greet and they knew each other. Like I played in a band and like I went on tour and I met fucking thousands of people. So no, I don't like remember Raven. Like I didn't remember like I remembered when I saw I was like, oh my god, that because of her pacemaker. Because I remember when I met her, she talked about her pacemaker. So that like in my brain, I was like, wait, that's that girl. That's crazy. That I was a little shook, but like we didn't even like address it. We didn't even like say anything to each other about it. It was like this like unspoken whatever. And like again, like yeah, she's a fan of me, but she was a fan of Big Brother. So like I didn't know that would like translate into her just being like automatically my alliance member. Like you know but yeah, it's not like we had like any conversation or any like we didn't like she just came to a show and like took a picture with me. Like thousands of people did that. It was really just like a crazy coincidence. Like I don't even think like no one could have known it. Like yeah, and there was no like relationship there. It was quite literally just came, watched my show, met me outside, said, "Hey, it's my dream to be on Big Brother." Showed me her pacemaker. I was like, "Sick, dude. Like, you never know. Try. Like, I wish you luck." And then, like, imagine seeing her like 8 months later, and I was like, "Damn, like, that's crazy." And I was like happy. I was like, "Damn, the pacemaker girl fucking made it. That's what a beautiful thing." Um, and then other than that, I didn't know anybody. I didn't, or like, even if they were like actually fans of me, you guys have to understand that like when I'm in there, I don't believe anything. I don't believe anyone. Anyone can say anything to you. Like, oh, I was a fan of you. How do I fucking know that? I don't know that. We're playing a game. So it's like, I'm just paranoia, not trusting anybody. I'm not like, oh, I got it. Like these people love me. These people are like fans of me. Like they're never gonna go against me. Like that was not my mentality. My mentality was I don't trust any of these fucking people. And I just need to survive 1 week at a time. Like, and I tell everybody that you got to play it 1 week at a time because you never know what's gonna happen. Um, and I guess I've never really talked as in depth about this stuff before, so I hope you guys are enjoying I don't know, you're obviously a fan of this show, so I'm hoping
Yeah.
some of this is like valid. But yeah, like it's not like I had like some crazy master plan. It's like I was just taking it 1 week at a time and seeing like I found like the pairings and I tried to secure myself as a third amongst everybody and it fucking worked. I mean, I executed it pretty well. Like every week I was in there, I don't know if they ever aired this, but I remember going in there and being like, either I'm getting completely fucking played or these people are really like a little daft. Because I'm like, there's no way that I'm pulling this off. Like sometimes I would do shit that was like, like again, like throwing the race to Christmas with like a broken leg and shit like that. Sometimes I was like, bro, some of these are such far-fetched fucking like plans and orchestrated ideas that I'm like, there's no way that they're not like cross-referencing or like having private conversations and being like, oh yeah, well, Paul said this to me too. So every time I'd go into the DR, I'm like, either like this next reveal, I'm just getting shot in the head. Like I'm there, like it's like, nope, joke's on you, bitch. We've been on you. Like you're a fucking snake. You're a cheat. And then like every time there would be like noms or whatever, I'd be like wincing and like waiting for an explosion, and then like whatever I was planning happened, and I'd be like, no way. Like there's no way that they fell for that. There's no way. Like, so I was just as fucking shocked, I'm sure, as the viewers were, who were like, what the fuck is going on? I was in there going, what the fuck is going on? I swear to God, anybody who's watching this who was in production will remember these conversations that I was having. I was like, there's no way that these people haven't caught on. Or like, there's no way that I'm still being able to run my bullshit here. Like, how is this not? Of course, I was happy. I was like, fucking great for me. But I can understand why that was frustrating for viewers, being like, bro, are you guys fucking dumb? Like, how are you letting him get away with all this? I was asking the same thing. I'm like, how am I getting away with all this? What is happening? And I was so paranoid. I was like, they must be like setting me up for like a, what is it, where you like duck behind someone and they push you over them and tumble over. I'm like, I must be getting set up to get like ultra trolled and just like, gotcha, bitch. Never happened. So I was pretty like confused and like, there's no way this is happening.
On both seasons in the final two, you wore the same shirt. Is the shirt bad luck? And did you bring it to House of Villains?
No, I think it's really funny. I should have brought in the fucking House of Villains. I didn't, but I should have. But if I ever go back on Big Brother, I will certainly bring that shirt again and I will absolutely wear it again. Because it's funny. If I lose again, that's so funny in the same shirt. Hilarious. If I win in the shirt, the shirt has its redemption arc. Uh, but yeah, that's the shirt, man. I gotta fucking bring that thing with me. I thought it was funny, and it was funny. And people like, yeah, he lost with the same shirt. Ha ha. I'm like, yeah, fucker. That was the point. Like I did that because it would be funny. Like I'm down. I'm down to clown. You know what I mean? I am down to clown. I don't take this shit seriously. I don't take myself seriously. Like I'm a fucking goof. People wanted me to be so mad about losing. I was like, I mean, it sucks. Still got paid. Cool. Was any money is cool for me. I was young. I was like, fuck it, bro. I wasn't guaranteed that. I'll take whatever. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm happy for this blessing. I didn't have that before. Now I have this. How could I be upset that I didn't get something more that wasn't promised to me? Like that's like a little bratty. And I try to not be that way in life in general. Um, so yeah, fuck. What was your question? I'm sorry, I rambled again.
I don't even remember.
It was like something about losing, or what was it? So, like, was I
Yeah, I think it
mad?
was. I was asking about the shirt. That was the last question.
Oh yeah, the shirt and losing and like yeah, the shirt. I still have the shirt.
So you made an appearance in Celebrity Big Brother 1 doing the singing bit. What was that experience like?
It was awesome because there were some people in there that I was really like big fans of, like Chuck Liddell and fucking like Mark McGrath and I forget who, fucking Lamar Odom or Metal World Peace. Like it
Metal
was
World
just
Peace.
crazy to be amongst those people. Like it was just really cool. And then the fact that like some of them knew who I was also cool. Like when they were like, "Oh, this is Paul," and like Mark McGrath. I ended up going and like playing a couple shows with Sugar Ray, which was so sick. Like with my band, he let me like open up for a couple of their shows in California, and like as like a young like emo kid or like somebody who listened to Sugar Ray in my mom's car when I was a fucking child, like to be able to like share the stage with like Mark McGrath because of that was like so crazy to me, and like and he's such a fucking cool dude. So there's a lot of really cool like full circle moments and opportunities that came to me from doing that. And even like Chuck Liddell, like I used to do MMA when I was in like my teens to 20s. I was like an amateur MMA fighter. So like I would watch Chuck Liddell all the time. So to like see these people that I like kind of grew up or like influenced me or like grew up and impacting me and like being in the same sphere and space as them was like really cool. It was something that I never could perceive as being a possibility. And that's just another lesson where like you shouldn't limit yourself in life. You never know what the fuck can happen to you. You should never keep yourself in a box because that's just you. You're putting yourself in a box, right? Life is not putting you in this box. You don't know what life is going to turn your way. So the more open-minded and the more like I guess like yeah, the more open-minded you are to life and the experiences that it may give to you, the less you like shrink yourself down, you know?
Who do you keep in touch with from either season?
Victor and Nicole. I actually saw Victor before I went to film The House of Villains a couple months ago. I love Victor and Nicole. I talk to Corey every now and again. I talk to Paulie. Me and Natalie are super close. Paulie and I have gotten like a lot closer over the years too. I talk to Josh. I talk to um I mean I'm cool. I check in with Elena, you know. Me and Dominique talk every now and again. She's like doing some cool like bow and arrow shit these days.
Yeah.
Jason Dent, I see him a lot. I actually like go to his like house and farm a lot, and it's really a sweet time over there with like his big bull. Who else? Bronte, I hit her up every now and again, check in with her. I was talking to Bridget for a while, but now she's like a mom of two, and like she's like so busy with her, like people get busy with their lives. So I kept in touch with most people over the years. I'd say there's like a handful of ones that I just like never fucking talk to again, and not for any reason other than like we either don't have anything in common or like don't other than like being on a show together or like B don't have any like it's not necessarily bad blood. It's just like we don't really what the fuck are we going to talk about? You know what I mean? And even in like the people that I just listed, like there's some of them where it's like, well, yeah, what the fuck are we going to talk about? But like, yeah, every now and again, it's like checking in or whatever, because like the outside world is very different from the inside Big Brother world. And of course, you make these bonds and whatever, but it's low key like trauma bonding. Like it is all one big trauma bond. This is why I'm like concerned about like relationships that bud out of Big Brother because one, it is the ultimate matchmaker because casting is crazy and they're like boiling you down to fucking molecular science. So they're probably doing some pretty serious matchmaking, but it is a trauma bond. So like I'm like I have my own maybe unpopular opinions about showmances, both in and outside of the show, but there's some successful marriages and children.
Rachel.
So, right, right. Yeah, they've been a power couple forever. So, obviously, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but
So what about like Jess and Cody? Because I know Josh, I guess, made amends with them. Have you ever talked with them at all?
I tried right after the season. Maybe it was the wrong time to do it. Um, like I remember we for that one where I had to do the hosting thing with um Rachel for the Celebrity Big Brother. I think Jessica and Cody also were there, and like we were all in this whatever in this like room, and then like Cody walked in and saw me and was just like no, like just started saying shit and whatever. I'm like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, it's all like, it's good, bro. It's all good, you know? And he just like walked out and was like, I'm not going to be in a room with him, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, damn, bro. And I was like, kind of like laughing. I'm like, dude, really? Like, it's fine. Like, bro, like, it's all good, you know? But like, he just, and I was like, well, okay, I got to respect the fact that this fool doesn't want to talk to me. That's cool. Um, I'm fine with that. But I was just trying to be like, hey, bro, like, we're here to do this thing. Like, it's all like, we're out of the Big Brother house, man. Like, I don't care. I don't care what you're, you know? But yeah, obviously not. And then, yeah, I remember I like actually messaged him one time. It was during the war. There was like a war with Artsakh, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. There was a war where they were like occupying the lands of like where my grandma was from and like ethnically cleansing and all this stuff. And I was like very big into like uh being vocal about like the things that are going on in Armenia and bringing attention to it. And some fan or some whatever, maybe they were trolling, I don't know, but someone was like, "Yo, Cody actually like said something about the war happening in Armenia and like talked about it and whatever it is." Could have been a bullshit. I don't fucking know. Um, but someone said that to me and I just messaged him and being like, "Hey man, I heard that you said something about the Armenia thing, blah 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 blah. Like, I really appreciate that. I know it's not for me, but like, on behalf of like Armenians, like, thank you for speaking about that." And I was like, Also congrats on like your new baby. Like, many blessings to you." Blah blah. Blah. Never answered me, and then it was kind of annoying because like he did this thing. Or like somebody sent me a screenshot. One of the castmates were like, "Yo, did you say something to Cody?" And I was like, "No, I've like never talked to this person in my life." And he like put up this thing. It was this made me go like, oh, like, I don't know. Where he was like, someone was like, "Oh, has Paul ever tried to like reach out to you?" And then he was like, "Oh, subscribe to like my exclusive whatever to see like what Paul said to me." And I was like, "Bro, you're fucking lame. Like, are you really like making money off of like a sincere message that I sent to you?" And maybe he said something nice. I don't know what he said about it. I didn't subscribe to his fucking thing. Um, so I don't know what he ended up saying about my message to him, but like the fact that he did that, like with like a paywall and like, "Oh, look what Paul said to me," I was like annoyed. I was like, dude, I sent you like a sincere message. But like, I guess I mean, he doesn't owe me anything. So, right. But like, I tried. I tried. And obviously, like, I'm not going to fucking like, I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah. So just a few more questions and then we'll wrap. I imagine the last 8 years you had to have been called for other shows like Big Brother 22 All Stars. Did you call for that or any other shows in the last 8 years?
I did get called for All Stars. It was a very difficult time in my life and it was COVID, and I was more worried about my family and everybody's like health and safety, and it didn't feel right for me to like leave for X amount of months while there was like a pandemic happening. I didn't feel comfortable leaving my family high and dry during like a very like tumultuous and scary part of society. I also didn't feel comfortable being on TV while society was like going through that. Like that era was like pretty fucked up. Like tensions were high, people were upset, people were scared. Like socially, there was a lot going on during then. Um, and I just didn't feel right. I didn't feel right being on television or like just being putting myself in the public eye when society was going through such like tumultuousness and like that didn't feel right. And then like, yeah, leaving my family and not being able to have contact with them, like if like my fucking grandma died of COVID and like not knowing because I was on this show, I was like, nah, bro. Oh, I was like, no, I'm not. I can't do that. You know,
So
like
what
I
was
had a.
the go ahead.
Sorry, what was that? No, I just didn't feel comfortable. mm, yeah, leaving during that time, and like yeah, it also didn't feel right to just be on like TV at that time. Like I didn't want to be like, because people unwind and watch TV, and like society was going through so much shit. Like I didn't want to be like people having like fucking super real ass problems, and then they're watching me on a TV show being like acting a fool, and like I just didn't. I don't know, it just didn't feel right.
So what was so appealing about doing House of Villains when they called?
So I've been contacted for a couple of shows. There was one called like The Goat.
Yep.
I got
Devon
contacted
was
for
on that.
this. Yeah. I got contacted for that. I got contacted. I mean, there was some talks about the challenge over the years for sure. Um, and I'm still kind of down to like at least do one season of the challenge just to see what it's all about, you know? Because I'm constantly people are like, well, challenge. Um, and then yeah, House of Villains hit me up. The Amazing Race didn't quite work out because I didn't really have a partner or teammate to do it with. They wanted somebody from like your personal life, maybe like a significant other, or maybe like your mom or a childhood best friend, and I didn't really have anybody that would fit the criteria or was like good for TV and like or like physically capable or so didn't the Amazing Race didn't work out for me. And then a couple months later, I still really want to do the Amazing Race, but like I was like, can't you just team me up with like Victor, Natalie, like this, Paulie? Like I literally was like Josh, but I get and they're like, I know, like we always do stuff like that. We want something different. Like we want to do like a different thing, like your families or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, well, I don't not it's not really gonna work for me. So unfortunately I wasn't able to do that. But hopefully I could do like another season of Amazing Race because I feel like I'd be really good at it. Because I've been so many places in the world and like I kind of do travel like that, like just like really just like rambunctiously and like random and like talking to a local and being like, yo, where the fuck? Take me some fucking hype shit. I'm always like doing suspiciously off the beaten path when I travel and I'm going to places that I probably like shouldn't or am not allowed or whatever. And I'm just like, you know, so I feel like I'd be good at the Amazing Race. I'm good at like circumnavigating and shit, especially in other countries, other cultures. Anyway, um, yeah. And then House of Villains hit me up and I had not heard of it before. So I was like, okay. And then they explained it to me and I was like, okay, it's like sounds like Big Brother, and I'm like kind of like not like eye rolling, but I'm like, okay. And then I watched it and I fucking fell in love. I fell in love with that show. I think it is an amazing show. It is fucking funny. It is not serious at all. And that's why I love it. It is the most unserious television that I've ever watched in my life. And genuinely was like LOLing. And the people that they cast are fucking hilarious. And the way the show like makes fun of itself, like the show does not take itself seriously at all. It constantly breaks the fourth wall. I'm a huge fan of Joel McHale, so that was like me already fangirling. I love Joel McHale. I think he's fucking hilarious. So I saw it, I watched it, and I was like, oh my God. I would actually love to do this because you get to like lean into being a villain. Like it's like very like improv and like not serious. Like people are like leaning into being a villain and being dramatic and being like, "Oh, you fucking bitch." Like it's like very theatrical. It was really theater. It was like theater improv. Of course like you're really competing and you really want the money, but like there's no hard feel. Everybody understands the assignment. And I've been wanting to be on a show like that for so long because it felt like my experiences on Big Brother, like I was on a different page. Like I thought we all understood the assignment. And then when it came down to the end, that's why like people are like, oh, he was so like whatever by like the jury questioning because I was like shocked and taken aback. I was like, damn, like you guys feel that way? You feel like I bullied you or like you feel fuck, like what I that's not how what I wanted you to feel, or I didn't mean to come off that way, or like I didn't know you were like taking shit personally. Like I didn't mean to hurt your feelings for real. Like I thought it was like all in good fucking make believe land of fucking Otev and slime and the most like non realistic place we're at. But that's obviously also like when you're spending 3 months with people and you're isolated like that. I didn't take into account that that fucking obviously happens. You develop codependent trauma bonded relationships in the house, and of course that impacts people. Like 3 months no contact with the outside world, like that. But I think I was too young to really understand that. I was fresh out of university. I didn't have a fucking responsibility in the world. These people had jobs they left. These people had kids at home. These people had families. I was young. I didn't think of that shit. I didn't have that. I just had fresh out of college. I'm in a band. I have a clothing company. I didn't give a fuck. Like, and now as an adult, of course, I understand the the true whatever it takes to like take apart from your life to go on an experience like this. Like, I didn't really have that depth of emotional maybe maturity at that age, you know, or to understand like the gravity of what this meant to other people, you know, and not for like because I was like selfish or anything. I was just young, bro. I was like a young kid who's not like thinking that fucking deep. And it didn't help that I have fucking 40-foot long beard because everybody thought I was like 50 years old. I was 22, 23, 24 years old on Big Brother. And yeah, it doesn't help that I looked old as shit. And then people like find out my age now. I remember when I like turned 30, I like posted something and people are like, what the fuck? They're like, you're 30? They're like, you're younger than me? Like, I thought you were 30 10 years ago. I'm like, damn, bro. Um, I got like some reverse Benjamin Button shit going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I with the House of Villains, sorry, it was just like experienced television personalities, which was cool. It was everybody understood the assignment. Everybody knew that this was fucking absolutely silly and just theater, like satire. Like the insults that we would hurl at each other were so fucking stupid and funny. And like it's a comedy show. It's a comedy and competition show, which I think is so healthy. Because guess what? I was not stressed out at all. Zero. Um, and there's something to be said here. And this is not a dig at Big Brother. This is just about reality TV in general. I know reality TV creates uncomfortable situations or circumstances for people to react and to create good television. But the House of Villains created a really good environment, super good environment. Even like production coming in and talking to us about stuff, even like HR coming in and being like, hey, look, this is an adult show, it's a mature show, you know, there's insults, there's this and that, but like if you feel that somebody is taking something too far, or if you feel that something is like inappropriate, like let's, you know, please talk about it, let's figure it out. Like everybody, like please be in good spirit. Don't like cross any lines. And everybody was just like on the same page. Nobody super punched below the belt. Like there was maybe like a handful of like uncalled for, like I was like, all right, that's kind of fucked up. But like it was funny, but I was like, damn, that was kind of like below the belt. But nothing so like damning and nothing so like bad. And like the things said and done are arguably worse than things that I have experienced on Big Brother. But it's just like the energy was different. Like there is no hard feelings. Like we could have, like we would fully cuss each other out and say the craziest shit to one another, and then just like be having dinner next to each other and being like whatever. And then like at the end of the night, it was like it was like work and then stop working, right? Like you wake up, work, and then by like this time, we would pretty much all like collectively like stop. And that's just it was just healthier. It was a healthier environment, and I think we made great TV. I think we made very great TV. Like did not, I have not felt like I feel really good about my performance on that show. I feel good about the show. I feel good about the way things went down. I feel good about like dude, I feel like I fucked up so many shots because I just was laughing so much. Like shit was so funny. Camera guys are laughing. Like people are fucking it is undeniably a funny fucking show. Between the insults, between the just like things we had to do, the things we had to do to each other, it is fucking hilarious. And it's like a little more mature, what I liked. And I also got to be like really, I got to show more of my personality, more of the things that I liked. I got to be like more myself in the sense of like, I feel like on like Big Brother, it was like a little bit more like PG and like whatever. But like here, I got to have like bring in my like outfits and like have my style and have like my, you know, like it just felt different. And like there's something to be said about the environment that's created and like television and like the kind of television you get based off like more of like like a pressure cooker or less pressure and like a you know, I've done both. And I really enjoyed my experience on House of Villains. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy my experience on Big Brother, but it was significantly more stressful, significantly more anxiety inducing, but it's a different show. It's a completely different beast. Like 3 months locked away with no whatever. Like we still got access to our phones on House of Villains. We still had like contact with the outside world. There was a lot less of those stressors going into your mind. And I understand that the nature of Big Brother, you can't do those things. So people aren't like studying or listening or Googling. But like, I don't know. I feel like there's ways to at least like just let them like talk to their monitor them and talk to their family or like I don't know. It's not my place to speak about how these shows are run, but just based on my experience, like that's all I knew was Big Brother because I had not really done any other reality TV after. I kind of like went away and did my own thing for a bit. Now I'm like kind of dipping my feet back in because the opportunities are coming and I really had a great time on House of Villains. So it's like I'm curious to see how other shows are. Like I really want to do The Traitors, and I really think that I would do good on that show. Um, and a lot of the fans are constantly like, "Bro, go on The Traitors, go on The Traitors." I'm like, I don't think that's like my choice, but like I would love to go on The Traitors. I feel like I would do a good. I feel like I would be entertaining on The Traitors, and that's another thing about me as like a TV personality is like I know when to not do something. Like I know when to be like, no, that's not. I'm not gonna do that. Like the goat, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna give you guys what you want. Like I don't know if it's gonna be good TV. And like that's like I'm also like an artist. Like this is a performance, right? Like it's reality TV. Like it's being entertaining. I went on TV and I knew I had to be entertaining. Like my whole plan was to be entertaining. So both 18 and 19, I was like, I just want to be entertaining. Like that's why you never caught me like sleeping, whatever. Even like if you remember Big Brother 18, everybody would be asleep. I'd be in the fucking room just chatting to the camera for hours. Like it's because I was like, bro, you guys are on fucking TV, bro. Like do some shit. Like do something. You're here. Many people want to be here, and you're just choosing to lay on a fucking hammock. Like that's so boring. Or like I would just lie. I would just make something up and say it just because like I would get bored. And I'm like, okay, let's like zest this shit up. Like my whole goal was to be entertaining. I was brought onto the show to be entertaining, not to win, but to be entertaining, right? If I won, that's on me. But so my philosophy with like doing shows, like I've been contacted for like even dating shows, and I'm like, dude, I'm not that guy. Like I'm just not that guy. I'm not gonna give you the TV you want, and like it's gonna be bad for both of us. It's gonna be a bad deal for both of us. I'm not gonna be like fully self-expressed and comfortable or like performing the way that I should be, and you're not gonna get the thing that you think you're gonna get out of me. Like, so I'm very transparent when it comes to TV shows. And whenever House of Villains hit me up, I at first I was like, this kind of just feels like Big Brother light. And they're like, well, it's similar concepts, blah blah blah, but it's there. Like, just watch the show, blah blah blah. And I watched it, and I felt it was different because it was like Big Brother. It had Big Brother aspects to it, but it's also very different. And like the fact that it's like TV personalities that have their own like really have their own like character and presence that they bring into the mix. I'm just super excited for it to come out. Like I'm like cheesing talking about it because it was very fucking funny. It's just really good. I think people are really gonna enjoy it.
And that's
Because
coming out
I
in
I had
early.
a fucking blast. I thought I was fucking cracking up, having the time of my life. And like I can only imagine once it's like edited and like all this shit is like added to it. Like there was candid moments that were undeniably fucking hilarious and jaw dropping. Like I cannot believe this is happening right now. So even like the people working were like, or like you would see camera people's or like audio people's reactions to shit, and you're like, yo, that is real. Like these, I don't know. It was really great.
And that's going to come out in early 2026.
I think so. I have no fucking idea, to be honest.
Yeah. And do you have any other projects or events besides House of Villains that you're excited to share with your fans? I know you're on Cameo now and you're on Twitter a lot.
Oh yeah, so the cameo, like I actually am really enjoying doing these cameos, and I'm kind of like dumb, I guess, for not doing them earlier. Um, but I was like really overwhelmed and like self-conscious and anxious about doing cameos from like the beginning, from the jump. I was always like, I don't know, feels weird. Like if people want to, like, I don't know. I just like felt weird about it. And like I avoided it for like 9 years. I literally never did Cameo. And Cameo if I type cameo into my email and like my DMs, they were contacting me at least like 30 times a year for fucking 9 years straight, being like, dude, we get requested about you so much. Like, can you just talk to us and tell us like what your like what's your deal, bro? Like, what do you want? Why are you not? They're like you, and then what helped me was House of Villains. Um, like Tom Sandoval and New York, Tiffany, um, and all these other cats like Kate were like, yeah, like cameo is great. I do it all the time. And then like Tom would do the cameos in the house. Like at night when we were done filming, you just go in the closet and start filming cameos. And I'm like, fuck, that's like smart. That's cool. He's like, yeah, like people like it. I don't know. And I told them like I've never done it and that I don't do it. And all of them collectively just looked at me and were like, what's wrong with you? Like, first they're like, first of all, you're thinking of it wrong. Like you're only like hurting your fans. Like your fans want it and you're just not giving it to them. Like no matter how you feel about it, it doesn't mean that people don't want that, And I'm like, I guess. So I like made one and I've had like a handful, like two handfuls of requests so far, and I literally just ramble. And I think they like it. Like, because people paid to like message me after and being like, oh my God, this is amazing. Or, oh my God, I love it. Because I literally just sit there and fucking ramble for like two to 5 minutes straight. I'm saying all sorts of shit. And obviously, if like they give me more information about what I'm supposed to say, it's whatever. But if not, I'm just like having a really frank conversation. And I've seen cameras where it's like, hey, it's Bud, and I'm from Bud and Hell. And I always thought that was so fucking weird. And I'm like, I can't do that. Like, that's just so fake to me. I can't be that guy ever. I can't ever be like, oh my God, I don't know you. I just words, I don't even fucking know you. So I'm not gonna express. And I thought like that fake, hey, it's what I just thought it was weird. So the way I do it might be under what people might hate my cameos because I'm just like, sup, dude? Like, how's it going? I heard whatever. Like, I just have like I'm fucking smoking a spliff, just hanging out. So I don't know, but yeah, I love it, and it's actually it's been nice. It's like therapeutic. I just sit there and talk to fucking nobody, and I hope I think I like make people laugh and shit. I've gotten good feedback so far, so just know you're gonna get a very like honest real, like candid video. Like, I'm not gonna be like, hey, this is Paul from Big Brother 18 and friendship. I'm not doing that's not what my cameos are like at all. Like it's more of like a fucking divorced, depressed dad ripping a cig and talking to you, possibly drunk. Like it's just like it's I don't know. I don't know.
All right, Paul. You were a highly requested guest. So I was very happy to have you. Thank you for joining me. Everyone's going to be very excited to see you in House of Villains soon. So thank you again.
Hey
for
Josh, thanks
me.
for your time, man, and I hope it was what you're looking for. I'm sorry if I just chewed your ear off. I never know what people actually want from me in these things, so I just try to be as candid as I can be.
No, you gave me what you wanted. I was very happy to have you. So thank you again.
Hey, thank you, and thanks for your patience. I know throughout the years, like you've contacted and you guys have asked, and you guys are, I appreciate what you do, and I'm sure the community appreciates what you do. So thank you for being consistent, and thank you for not taking offense to me being aloof. I don't like, I'm not like ignoring people. I just get really overwhelmed. I'm weird. I'm weird, obviously. So it's not like I think I'm too good for whatever. It's just I have fucking I'm an anxious person. So, but yeah, thank you for being kind. I appreciate it. Your questions were fun.
Yeah, thank you. All right, I'm in the recording.